Well, good morning, good afternoon, depends on where you're at. And welcome to RobMotive. We're going to take a look under the hood. And I've done a couple things under the hood of my Tacoma so far. So we're going to take a look under the hood, kind of show you what I've done a little bit, maybe a preview to what's coming up on the RobMotive channel, of course, which probably will be in a few days. I don't know. But anyway, we're here in deep South Texas. It is Thursday and it's overcast and drizzly, but after today, we're gonna have warm weather, mid 70s, sunshine, light breezes, great weather for doing mods and things. I got a bunch of stuff to do to this truck that's coming up, a lot of stuff that's sitting up on top of the lift. By the way, I find that lifts make for great storage areas when you're not using them for trucks or cars or whatever. So we got a lot of stuff coming that's already here. And then I've also got a big one coming that's on order. Supposed to be, half of it is supposed to be here this Saturday. Nothing like a little green nectar in the morning. Anyway, half of it is supposed to be here this Saturday. I don't know why the vendor chose to ship it in halves. I don't know. Automan Dan, what's up, buddy? How you doing? But anyway, half of it's coming Saturday, so we shall see. Hopefully it's not on back order, the other half, because it's for two different sides of the truck, if that gives you any hint. Anyway, that's supposed to be coming, so I can't wait to get that done. What's on the truck right now is driving me insane. And that doesn't take much, really. So we've got to get that off. But let's take a look under the hood. I've done a couple of things. Automan Dan says, I am good. Good to hear, bud. Let's take a look under here. Of course, it doesn't normally come with Mountain Dew. It's still not sponsored. But nonetheless, it's here. We've done a couple of things. I think I might have mentioned these before. Let's see. Desert 67. Hello. How can Toyota not have a steering column tilt adjustment? That's been a standard option on cars, trucks for the last 2 decades. It's telescoping. It goes up and down and in and out. Tilt, I don't know that that's been on the Tacoma ever. Not that I can think of. But I do agree with you. It would be nice to have. I can't seem to get it the way that I want it either. Anyway, a couple of things under here. We've got the aux beam switch, which is connected over there. It is live. I do have it tripped right now. And by that, I mean it's not on. I've got the breaker blown, if you will. Love this, by the way. If you ever do any kind of a switch or anything, and I don't care what it is, aux beam or any of the others, make sure you put a trip on it. So that you can turn it off when you don't want it on or you're not working, or if you don't have anything hooked up to it, like I don't yet. Mine right now is just installed in the truck. I wanted to get it in because it's one of those mods I kind of like doing. Carrie Wicklander, enjoy your channel and your Toyota Tacoma knowledge. Carrie in Eagan, Minnesota. Carrie, thank you very much. I appreciate that. Welcome to the live. Over here on the right, we have my kind of wacky little contraption. What it is, it's just my own home link system. Inside the truck, there's 2 momentary switches that I mounted in the center console. That is the box, and it's just a plastic box that latches that holds 2 transmitters you can see in there. One's just the circuit board that I'm wired to, and the other is an actual garage door case, I guess. And the reason for that is, of course, because my truck did not come with HomeLink, so I added my own version. It's just cleaner, I think, than having those clickers, you know, on your visors. They rattle, they make noise, they're ugly. Not to mention, it's a good way for somebody to see sitting in your truck. So I like having it the way that I have it. And it's a fun little mod. All you really have to do, and there's probably 2 or 3 videos on the channel from different vehicles and things that I've done this. If you want to see how to do it, you can just search RobMotive HomeLink, I guess. I did not make a whole new video on it because, frankly, that would be redundant. I've done it before. But anyway, in looking at it, you can see the transmitters on the top. One's just a circuit board. And the way I did it is just to solder the wires that run to the momentary switches, which complete the circuit, to the transmitters. It's a pretty simple mod to do. I did something else today. I don't know if anybody that's on here can spot it. Leave a comment down below. Let me know. Let me know if you see the other mod that I've done under here. There's actually 2 more. Let me know if you can spot them. This is checking your Toyota Tacoma knowledge, right? Particularly if you're into mods and things, you should be able to spot these, I think, right away. I think. I'll tell you what they are in just a minute. We'll give it a couple minutes. Desert 67 says, okay, got it. Awesome truck, Rob. Thank you. I'll do a little bit of a walk around and I'm going to point out an eyesore, something that I think needs to go. I don't know why Toyota did this on the truck, at least on this color. It clashes, I think. It doesn't look very good. It's got to go. Automan Dan says, interesting. I'm assuming you're talking about the HomeLink solution that I have down there. By the way, has anybody spotted the other 2 mods yet? And don't forget, click that thumbs up while you're in here if you would. And if you haven't, please consider subscribing to the channel. I would really appreciate it. Dan says he has spotted them. There are 2. Do you know what they are? Let's hear it, Dan. Come on, put your text where your thoughts are. I want to know if you know what else I've done. And in the meantime, let's take a quick little walk around. I do need to switch you guys back the other way. I don't know why I turned it down, but I did. Let's take a walk around the truck. It is the terracotta color. Has of course, the black fender flares. Dan says the oil cap, that's one of them. Still have the Tacoma badge on the side. I did add the RobMotive channel logo thing here. It's just a magnet. So you know this is still steel. This is not. It's aluminum. Have not changed the mirror covers. Did come with the black door handles, the Predator side steps. Hate those. Love the look. Hate the function. I did change the tires and the wheels. I went with a more aggressive tire and obviously a different wheel. They're 18-inch. The tires that I have on the truck, they're 285 65 R18s. In case anybody's wondering, you might be able to see it right along there. People ask about it all the time. Do have the different suspension on the black. I don't know why they do it, the shocks in blue. But they do. I'd prefer that was red myself. The spray-in bed liner, which I don't know if I've decided whether I like that or not. Of course, we've got the letters on the back of the tailgate. Let's pop the tailgate. Speaking of that, hopefully no snakes in here. You might see a snake go by. We have them occasionally. I hate snakes, so I'm hoping not. But we do have them. We've got the bed liner in here. I do need to get the different tie downs and things from Charvana. I really like those. They should look nice in the truck, I think. If they happen to be watching, I actually might be interested in a different color if they happen to be on. Of course, I cut out the bed mat so I could have easier access to the tie downs. You don't have to do that. With the OEM version and even the Charvonas, they do cover them up to keep them protected or out of sight, I guess. Let's see. Taco Hog 710. What's up, Rob? Hello again and have a great day. I'm getting my Heritage Trail Hunter grill today. Awesome. I'll be curious to know what you think of the install. Install video coming ASAP. Love the Terra color. Nothing but peace and love. Thank you very much, bud. I don't know about the bed liner. It does accentuate the Tacoma name at the front of it because of the way it catches the light and stuff. So if there's any redeeming quality to it, I guess that might be it. Desert 67, in stock form, was there an acceleration difference between the Sport Rob with the pedal commander installed? It was what I would call more refined. It wasn't a huge difference, but it was a difference. It just seemed to be a little bit, I don't know, a little bit more responsive, I guess. This truck, the TRD Off-Road, actually has a little bit of a, and I mean it's tiny, but it's there, a little bit of a lag from the stop when you hit the gas pedal. It's not horrendous. It's enough that I'll install the pedal commander on it. I don't know if it just varies between trucks or what, but definitely going to do that. I think it's a good idea. I think it just gives you everything you can get out of the truck. Automan Dan, well, I'm having my heater on my Tiguan looked at today. Well, I hope they do more and look at it. I hope they fix it for you. What's wrong with it? Taco Hog. I also got the pedal commander on my 24 TRD Off-Road Premium. Love it. Yeah, it's an awesome device, and it's a good alternative to a tune. You know, if you watch my channel, you know I'm anti-tune, and not because I have some big hatred for them, but rather I don't like people messing with the brains of my truck. If anybody's going to scramble the brains on my truck, it's going to be me. And I can't do that because I'm not a tuner, and I'm sure as hell not going to spend the money to buy all of the equipment and stuff to do that. So anyway, let's get back to the little walk around here. By the way, it does say Tacoma here across the top of the tailgate. What I was talking about and what Toyota did that I don't really care for are the red hooks back here, the red tow hooks or recovery points. You know, if they'd have made them black, I probably wouldn't have as big of an issue with it. I don't know why we have to have them beaming like they are, and I think the color red does not look good or go with the Terra color on the truck. I think it clashes, you know, on a black truck, a white truck, even on the bronze oxide. I think it looks good. Underground would look good. I think probably for me, really the only bad color for it would be supersonic red and Terra. I just don't care for the looks of it. But you know, that's me. You might feel differently. I don't know. Of course, we have the stickers across the back of the truck. Just sold a couple of these stickers the other day. Somebody bought those from me. I appreciate that. Helps out the channel. Obviously, gives me a little more green to go with to go for mods and stuff on the truck. So that's awesome. We had somebody guess the one, I should point you around again. We had somebody guess the one extra thing that I've done under the hood here, and that is the oil cap right there. It is a TRD oil cap, or it says TRD. It actually is a genuine Toyota part. It came from Toyota, and I had it as far back as my 2020 Toyota Tacoma. But honestly, it was sent to me by a subscriber for a Tundra, but it fits. It's the same nozzle and threading on the Tacoma as what is, or at least was, on the Tundras. So we have that installed, not a complicated mod, obviously, you just screw it on. But there is one other thing under this hood that nobody has pointed out yet. Does anybody know? Anybody have any idea what else is on this truck that I haven't mentioned yet? There is something else that you could see. Let's see. I also got the pedal commander new video. Oh, thanks for checking out. Oh, let's see here. We're gonna remove that again. Taco Hog, too much self-publicity here for me, from you. You know, if you want to work out an arrangement, I could advertise for you on my channel, but it's not going to be free. You know what I'm saying? I think I gave you enough pub yesterday. I think it was yesterday. Anyway, and also, you know, if you're going to drop things about your own existence, you probably ought to discuss that with me before we're on a live stream. You know, I'd hate to have to ban you, you know, from the channel, but that's where we're heading. I'm just telling you. I don't appreciate it. I don't know what else to say. A little bit of the green nectar there, get the juices flowing. Excuse me. Let's see. Automan Dan, half of the heater isn't working. Right, old vehicle problem. I thought you were going to get a new, and there's bugs out here now. That's the problem in South Texas. When it gets warm, we start having more bugs. Here, we gotta turn the fan a little bit. When the fan's blowing on me, they can't fly, so they don't bug me as much. Let's see. Half the heater isn't working. Yeah, that's a bummer. I thought you were getting a new vehicle, Dan. What happened? Joel K says that fuse box. No. And that's actually a container. I take it you're talking about the see-through thing I have on top of the fuse box. That's a container for the transmitters for the new HomeLink system I've installed, right? Let's see. Pimp J. Interesting name. What do you think about the first-gen Tundras? I looked at one a long time ago. I don't know. I mean, I like the Tundras, but I guess I prefer the more recent ones, the more recent generations. Probably the previous generation, excuse me, was my favorite, with the big Hawken V8 in it. That thing, it loved gas, but man, it would go. That's probably my favorite. The old Tundras, not so much. Although I will say when it comes to Tacomas, I do really like the older ones. So I'd love to have an older one that was sound, body-wise and frame and everything-wise that I could work on. But trying to find one of those and then trying to find one for a decent amount of money, very difficult to do. Let's see. Automan Dan says, I'm planning to. The Escape was Lemon Law. Lemon Law. Did you have an Escape? Did you take advantage of the Lemon Law? I don't remember. Automan Dan. So they swapped me out to the Tiguan. The Tiguan. I don't know if I knew that or not. I might not have. I don't know. Larry Clement says, good morning. Larry, how you doing there, buddy? So what do you guys think of the reputation of the new Tundra, the 4th gen? When it first came out, everybody hated it. Nobody liked it. It's going to be junk. It's got a 4-cylinder turbo. It isn't going to last. But I kind of see a little bit of a change, if you will. As more and more of them are out on the road and more people are buying them, I think this perception that for some reason that they're no good is changing a bit, which is good because they are good. Let's see. Joe K, random question. Did you cheer for your Buckeyes or Texas now that you live down south? What a run. Buckeyes all the way, baby. I spent 3 years and a lot of money at Ohio State University. I was born in Ohio. I lived in Ohio a majority of my life. We did bounce back and forth between Ohio and Michigan when I was growing up. But I lived in Ohio for a long time. I graduated high school in Ohio. Ohio all the way, Buckeyes all the way for sure. Sorry, Texas, that's the way it is. Let's see. Love the new Tundras and the new Tacos, best brothers. I guess so. I don't know. The new Tundra, for me, it's kind of lost some of its appeal. I had one. Not that long ago, really. I don't know. It just felt like a big hunk of metal. There was no feeling, no emotion for it for me, unlike the Tacomas, and I still have it. I love these trucks. They're awesome. I used to really like, I don't know if love is the right word, the Tundra, but it's kind of lost that. In the newest generation for me. The doors, big, giant, heavy, and they move. What I mean by that is when you would shut them, there was a bounce, kind of reminiscent of the older F-150s. I don't know if the new ones still do that. And I know it's just a big, thin sheet of metal, but it didn't feel really solid to me. And power-wise, it was okay. I mean, it was quick enough and responsive enough and all of that. but I don't know. They've lost something. They've lost their soul for some reason with me. I don't know why, man. Automan Dan, the new Tundra sucks. So you don't like it? I drove one and hated it. The new Tacoma is better. Dan, what didn't you like about it? I mean, for a big guy like you, in case you guys didn't know, Automan Dan is like 8 feet tall. Built like a linebacker, that guy, I'm sure. I don't really know, but I know he's really tall. So I would think the Tundra for you, with its massive interior, would have been really, really comfortable, as opposed to, you know, sitting in something small. Like that little car you had, I can't remember what it was. It was a Ford, wasn't it? Or maybe not, I don't know, but you had a little dinky car, I know, and for someone as tall as you are, I would think a Tundra, or really any full-size truck, would be an improvement for you. And that's really the only thing that the Tundra has going for it, in my opinion now, is its size. It's such a big truck, you know. You can fit anything in it. Nice big bed, cavernous on the inside if you go with the double cab. But it's just lost some of its soul. I don't know what it is for me. You know what I mean? I don't know. Kind of like the old Corvettes, you know, when we had the nice, long, sleek Corvettes, and then in the early 80s, they changed it to the shorter, kind of pieced together, junk piece of Corvette that it was. They lost their soul back then. Now they have it. Now it's amazing. But back in the day, they had a period there where it was not very good. And I drove one. I love driving it. It was fast. And it was a Corvette. You know, when you're young and you're driving a Corvette, that was cool. It's still cool. What am I talking about? Let's see. Dan, where were you there? The seats in the Tundra suck. Why? Oh, I always thought they were nice enough. I mean, nothing special, but big, wide, comfortable enough, I guess. Automan Dan says the Tacoma is roomy enough for me. See, I find that hard to believe. When you're what are you, 6'4", 6'6"? I forget. You're a tall fella. I'm surprised that you would say that about the Tacoma. For me, the Tacoma is built for average people, my height, 5'9" and a half. But if you're as tall as maybe 6 foot, 6'1", you still don't have that big of a problem in the Tacoma. But any taller, I would think it would start to be tight, I would think. Automan Dan says, plus the seats are better. In the Tacoma? Yeah, I don't know. I always get this name wrong. You got to change your name. I never know how to say this. Ampalex, Ampalex. I'm going with that. What does it mean? I never have known. Ampalex. You got to help me out. Sport LB20. Mrs. LB20 said, when did you put a light inside your hood? She just walked by. Just this morning. It was an easy install. I mean, the only problem is I can't get very far away from my garage. You know, about 20 feet or something is it. I have a problem if I go any further than that. Plus, I can't see with it installed. I mean, the hood kind of you can see down in between, but it kind of blocks the vision a little bit. So, Automan Dan is 6'4". Like I said, Dan is a tall fella. I don't know. I don't know how you fit in a Tacoma. To me, again, it's built for average size people, maybe as tall as 6'1", 6'2". But when you get above that, and that's pushing it 6'2". When you get above 6'2", at 6'4", good God, man. A little bit more of the green nectar. So anyway, I just kind of wanted to get on, talk a little bit about the truck. The other mod, I'll tell you, since nobody guessed, I'll tell you what it is. The other mod under the hood, of course, were the hood struts. You guys can see over there, they're the red line tuning hood struts. The #1 hood strut out there, in my opinion. If you're gonna do struts, make sure you do red line tuning. They're the best ones you can get, I think. Fred Sausage, Automan Dan needs a moonroof. That's right, so he can drive around like Fred Flintstone. You know what I'm saying? Automan Dan says, however, I will admit the Ranger is roomier. I don't know. I haven't been in a Ranger since they first came out with their redesign years ago. So I don't know. Automan Dan says Rob and his hood struts. You got to have the hood struts, man. I mean, if you ever lift your hood, you got to have the hood struts. They're just that convenient. Anyway, just want to pop in real quick, say hey, kind of look under the hood. Appreciate everybody joining. If you haven't already, please click the subscribe button and smash that thumbs up if you would. Just helps out the channel. I really would appreciate it. Thanks for having a good day. Well, I hope you have a good day. Thanks for joining me. We'll see y'all later. Bye.